Hello, hello, hello. What's happening? Sunday. Just thought I'd come on for a little bit before shit's in stall, or shit's in a stall, or Mike and Adam. It's just cool. I just wanted to come on. So, can you hear me okay, DC? Make sure everything's up and running before it gets too far along. I think I should be okay. Yeah. Cheech, hey buddy. Thanks for the post there a second ago. Appreciate it. Hope Jen's doing well. We've had a big weekend. Our youngest daughter graduated. Well, if I say youngest, yeah, pretty much. ETSU today, college, so she's ready to get a job. So, been a big weekend for sure. So, I'm ready to have something. Lord have mercy. Gotta have something to get this party started. How you feeling, Cheech? You feeling any better playing wise? I know you've had some things going on. DC's in the house. Bourbon knee for night in the house. Good, buddy. Thanks for coming over. Yeah, just I love this 1816 Chattanooga Whiskey Solera barrel finish. This is one of the ones they got from MGP. Even though they're distilling everything now, the bottles that doesn't have the made in Chattanooga, Tennessee on the glass are the old MGP ones. Hey, John. So I can still find these. And the last time we were at the distillery in Chattanooga, the guys begged me to try to find them a bottle and bring it back. And there's a store about 3 miles from here that has probably about 15 of them. So I'm going to check on that and see what we can do for those guys, especially if they want them. For sure. Golly, that Solero barrel finish is sweet. It's creamy. It's just a real honey note. It's just, look at the color of it. It's hard to, I know you can't see that there very well, but it is a golden honey. It's not real dark. It's just a golden honey. It's got really, really tight legs. You'd have to let it sit before they break apart. Yeah, there's a honey to that. That is so good. That is, yeah, it's one of my favorites, no doubt. I don't know. Have y'all had this Solera barrel finish yet? That's so good. It's just, oh man, that's pure. Hey, Rob. Guys, I'm going to throw this up here. If anybody wants to jump on, feel free to come on with me because I enjoy this a whole lot, y'all. I've had such an awesome 3 months since we've started this. This has just been a blast. Hey, Rob, thanks for coming on, buddy. If I didn't say that just a second ago. Really, DC. Now, this is sweet. This is one you got to be in the mood for. Man, you get that soft Solero barrel on the back end. Man, this is a one glass and done during an evening. I don't want to dive deep into this. It doesn't mean I don't like it. I love it. It's just, I don't know. It's just something I just, That finish just, I mean, it's honey, it's candy, it's just a lot of sweet berry flavor notes, man. Uh-oh. Do you need a sample of 14 to go with it? I'll get it to you. Because I don't have the 15. I bought the 14. I think I may have told you this, DC and everybody, but I bought the 14 before about 3 weeks before the 15 ever came out. Didn't even know they were doing it. But that's okay. I still enjoy it. Yeah, I agree, man. You gotta have a nose and taste for it at the moment. Not like, oh, I don't like it, or I like. Gotta have a. I think for me, like this, I've had this for probably a year and a half, maybe. So yeah, that's a lot of sharing, and I don't go to it very often. Like I said, you got a 50-50 on when you want it, I think. The more it aerates in the glass, the Glen lets that alcohol really get off. I mean, it's only 90 proof, so there's not a whole lot of give. But yeah, the notes really change to all honey, which I love honey. Hell, I put it in my coffee every morning. No wonder I'm a diabetic. But yeah, that's pretty good. We'll have to go to something else here in a second, but that's pretty good. That's for sure. I like it. I like it. So what do y'all actually, that is not the new logo at the top. There's been some changes. We've took the McLeods out and we just put, I need to put the new one up. I've been working on it for a couple of days. Under the whiskey nose, it just says 2021 down there. And I think it's going to be a little better. I mean, hell, everybody knows who we are, so it's okay. We'll just keep it right there for tonight. But yeah, I've got a new one ready to rock. And I'm going to get all the hats and shirts and everything flipped over to it. I'm really excited about it. Man, that's hard to. Yeah, it's gotten real creamy honey now. Of course, I'm about killed it. Before I move on, would I recommend it? Yes, if you can find it, I recommend it. It should be about $46 to $52, which what's the age statement? I don't think it tells me. Small batch, Solera barrel finish, blended and bottled by Chattanooga Whiskey Company. So yeah, this was originally distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, at age for greater than 2 years. 1860 still the whiskey that changed. Okay, yeah. I love it. Straight up honesty, man, right there. Telling you everything. I love it. Being honest. Good for them guys. That's awesome. Oh yeah, but yeah, you got to tell me what you think. I've seen Bourbon Junkies. I've seen some people do it, and it's quite surprising what they've picked, I think. But it's okay. It's good. It is really good. I think. Yeah. Hey, Big Ben. Good evening. I don't know if we've done this online yet or not, but this is a Thomas B&B package store pick of the 115 Yellowstone. That's just gorgeous. I love that black and gold. I love it. We'll give it a little go now. Look at me leaving the price tag on the bottle, $59.95. I don't normally do that, but I did that time. Let this sit for a second. Get back in the chat. Like I said, Big Bender's here. Yeah, Shits and Stalls should be coming over in a minute. They should be on with me till 10. Then we'll go to Livewire. Holy hell. Yeah, DC, man, whoever did that, man, that's just gorgeous. Yellow, black, and gold. Y'all just seeing that. That is just really pretty. Then they got it written out at the bottom for the pick. He did 3 of these. He did a 115, a 110, and a 109. And I'd love to have been in the store the day those showed up, because I'd have liked to have picked one of them for sure, no doubt. I mean, it's not hot on the nose at all. There's no heat there. It's very light for, golly, what did I say, 115? Is that the 115? Yeah, the 115. It's very light on the nose. Has a candy butterscotch. More I'm into it, I'm starting to get a little great Flintstones vitamins, I'm afraid. Just a little. That'll work out. I believe that'll work out. I really do. I believe that'll work itself out over just a few minutes. Ooh. Let me see. Single barrel. Distilled and aged in Kentucky, bottled by Limestone Branch Distillery, Lebanon, Kentucky. So it's distilled and aged in Kentucky, bottled by Limestone Branch. So they're buying it, but that's okay. Damn, they must be buying a bunch of them like that to be able to let the people do store picks. You got to think about that for a second. There's a lot of that going around. Here he is. There's Mike. Hey, guys. Hey, Adam. What's up, buddy? Good for him. I wish he'd come over for a minute. Here you go, guys. If you want to join on, kick it. I'll put the headphones on and we'll talk for a little bit. Yeah, guys are just coming over. We're doing Yellowstone store pick. It is a 115 proof. Yeah, it's very light on the nose, but buddy, on that back end, it'll hug you. A Kentucky hug. It's consistent though. It's still though. I'm still getting it. So I'm getting it on the nose. I'm getting it on the palate. That Flintstone vitamin grape. I'm just now, as I showed you, I'm just now getting under the neck of the bottle, almost down to the label. Hey, Scotch Down Under. Good day, buddy. Tart. It's not, I don't know if it's because I've fallen it from the Solera barrel or what, but it's not cutting it right now. I don't, it's not happening for me. I do too much jumping around anyway with that, besides staying with something and seeing how the notes change. We're going to go to one more, and that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening, I think. Whew. It's there, man. That vitamin note. I mean, I guess most people call that medicinal, but I just call it vitamin note. That Flintstone grape. It's not a grape note, really. It's more of a vitamin. It's creamy on the front, man. It really, the oil releases really nicely. But everything palate-wise is always, with this, it seems to be on every taste, always on the back end. I've got to revisit that. I do like the regular Yellowstone and the other two store picks he's got, but I've got to get back in that. Hey, Z, man, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on. Yeah. But yeah, I'll have to get back into that. Okay. I'm debating whether to finish out the evening with Knob Creek 12 or the 9 single barrel. I think, what do y'all think? The 9? Hey, James, buddy, thanks for coming in, man. That's awesome. Early your time, man. Early your time. Yeah, man. Early your time. Thanks for coming on, buddy. That's awesome. Doing a little couple tastings here, a little Yellowstone. Yeah, guys, if you would hit the thumbs up, appreciate it. Yeah, man. So glad James is here. This is awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, this 12-year, man, really getting hard to find. It's almost a seasonal thing. I think it's come out a little bit more in North Carolina and a couple other places, but it's really lacking in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia and other places. I do love the color of this, man. I do love the color. Yeah, guys, everybody's welcome. Always welcome. Right here you go. Let me know, and I'll put the head. I'll see you, and I'll let you in. I'll put the headphones on. That is just a gold honey. That is just really, it's special. It is special. The legs on that are slowly breaking apart. I mean, that is creamy. God, if I don't make you want to tap your foot, nothing will. Make your pung tongue fall back on you, lollygigger, and your piss will get sprung. Oh, man. I'd say you do, buddy. You did a long one. It was a good one, too. Watched most every bit of it. Yeah, you killed it tonight, buddy. That's for sure. Get something to eat. Uh, man, that's good. Yeah, man. I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing when I get to work here in the morning. Sometimes during the mornings, Dave and Kara Shelf Charge will release one. ADHD sometimes during the day will release one I can watch. Uh, Kilco will do earlier stream live feeds, which is awesome. I can watch. Oh yeah, I catch myself doing it all the time. Who, me? I'm always talking in tongues. That's what happens when you have a fat face. Hey, Daniel. Guess you wouldn't guess, but I'm on the Knob Creek 12-year for the rest of the evening. I'll end up on that 9 single barrel. Hell, I don't know who I'm kidding, but I will. I usually do. Oh, man, that's good stuff. Man. I don't mean to not talk. I just love it so much. It's got everything I do believe. A lot of people will agree with me. The Knob Creek has that peanut, all that peanut flavor. And then I think when you get to the age statement, once the 9 single barrel, the 12-year, I've had a little bit of the 15. I think you go to a more of a smoked peanut more than you get just that salted peanut out of the shell. I think you get more of that kind of smoked peanut, and I think that's why I start to follow that 12-year more in the single barrel 9 because I get more of that flavor note. I do like it. I just a lot of people don't like that peanut. They can't get by the peanut. I think it's soft. It's easy. It's 100 proof. I mean, it's not going to knock you on your socks. Hey, Mike, it's really soft. That's all of us, plus what I'm drinking. You're not kidding, buddy. Oh, here we go. I'll get you here in a second, Daniel. Hey, you can always go back to that. Or you can watch this later. But yeah. We're entertainment, buddy. This is the real shit. This is real entertainment. I'm glad you like it, man. Yeah, I still got a little bit left. I almost bought a replacement, and I haven't yet. Yeah, I think it's definitely the drunker part. I went all black tonight, so yeah, we'll see how long this lasts for sure. Who did I say, Daniel? I don't either. I mean, I don't get it. But that's everything's different. Everything's different. Like some of the things I have a hard time with, Daniel, are these multiple finished cask whiskeys. I bought my wife that barrel seagrass for Mother's Day. Man, you read that damn thing, you're like, holy hell, who said, okay, let's try this. Okay, let's throw it in this. Hey, you got that barrel? Let's put it in that. But she loves it. So that's all that matters to me. She loves it. That's right. Hit the sack. Bet you know I'm glad to be back. Ken, you bastard. Shane, did you get home and get everything that was sent? I may have asked you that already. I hope so. Good. DC loves it too. There's my main man, Mike. What's shaking? These babies. That's what's shaking. Yeah, apricot bomb. You got that shit right. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she's already gone to bed, so that's all she wanted. We had Caroline's graduation today, so it's been a big weekend around these parts. So she's hit the hay early for sure. Yeah, she did. Man, I love it. I don't care. It's a peanut butter sandwich without the sugar. Mm. Yeah, it makes as it stays in, man, as it stays on your palate, that the oil and the cream mixes in with that roasted peanut, and it just slowly goes down. I mean, you can't beat it. I think it's awesome. I really do. I do. Guys, everybody's welcome in. I know I'm a lot of entertainment, so one thing short about me is my paycheck. We'll do one more of this. Then we, like I said, probably go to 9. Just a little. Just a little. Sound like Kilco singing. That's just, man. There's almost a bubblegum note to it, too. I mean, you can pick it to death. I do believe you can actually pick something to death. You can nose it to death. I think you can nose it more than you can on your palate for stuff. I hear you, buddy. Guys, hit that link if you want to come on. I'll throw the headphones on and we'll chat. Yeah, DC, I do. Me and Bourbon Battalion were talking a couple nights last week, late, or let me back that up, early into the morning, about what he likes to blend, and I've told him about the ideas of stuff that I like to blend, and we were very much on the same page. We were talking about toasted barrel Elijah Craig with barrel proof Elijah Craig, and the problem with that is both of those are extremely hard to get, where you live. So you got to be careful. You got to figure out which barrel proof you want to keep around for neat or whatever you like it, and then toasted barrel's not going to change. It's going to be pretty much the same all the time. But yeah, I have some I like to blend. I do. I've got a couple wild turkeys I mix. People may not like it, but I do a little rare breed in Kentucky Spirit, a 50-50, or ounce and a half, ounce and a half. I'll do 101 with Kentucky Spirit, wild turkey. I've done that a little bit. Those are some of those that like more of a cigar blend. So when you're doing a cigar, or a depressing thought of where you thought you should be. Somebody told me that one time. Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
Let me see if I can get this going again.
I figured I'd pop in here instead of letting you sit there all by your lonesome. Can you hear me?
Hang on, buddy. It's trying to kick in for me.
You got your ears on now? Or you're getting there?
Can you hear me now?
There we go. You now.
I got you, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Well, cheers, I was watching you sit there.
And I'm good at sitting here. Everybody knows. Lord have mercy. Well, you got your glass, bro.
Well, I was listening to you talk about that last one where I think it was the Yellowstone where you said it's got that funny taste. So I have a pretty young whiskey I've had for a little bit here. And I go back to it every now and then. I don't know if I think I've showed it to you before.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, I'm working on this thing and I've had it a while. So every now and then I pour one. And since you poured your Yellowstone, I said, well, I haven't had that in about 2 weeks, give or take. I thought I'd pour myself up another little sip there and give it a whirl. Like I said, awesome. The biggest problem with that, they just didn't leave it sit in a barrel long enough.
Oh, it's a quick
it has pour. A good taste, but it has a young funk to it. That's the problem. And it is getting a little better.
Do you think it needed?
I'm going to say I think that's 2 years. I think it needed at least another year. I'm going to say 4 to be safe total. It's just too young when they pulled it. But, for me, it's not terrible. It's definitely not one I go to on a regular basis, but hopefully in a while it'll change. But it's been a couple of months. I've been going back and forth with it, and it hasn't done a thing.
How far are you down in that bottle? I know you showed me a second ago. Are you about halfway down that bottle?
No. The funk is what keeps me away from it. So I've probably had about a half dozen little drinks out of it from here and there. It has a sweetness. It has a little rye spice. But the nose it's not off-putting. But ethanol.
Yeah.
And I can leave it set 10 minutes or so.
Is that a weighted?
It is not.
Bourbon? I can't remember what it said.
It is not, DC. Hold on. Let me just triple check. But it is not.
I agree 100% with that.
Oh, I'm wrong. It is not wheated. This is minimum of 1 year. So it's not even 2. It's a very small little craft distillery out of Chicago. Evanston, Illinois, to be exact. Yeah, I'm looking. It is not weeded that I can see. No. I mean, it's like I said, it's not.
What'd you say the proof was?
It's 46.5 ABV, 93 proof.
Okay.
The rye in it, they have a rye. I'm fine with the rye. The rye's delicious. I'm more than halfway through that rye. It's fine. So I figured if the rye was that good, I said, well, let me try the straight bourbon. I grabbed it almost the same time. It's one of those that, again, it's not terrible, but I'm not going back for another bottle.
There's a local distillery here called
I don't know if it's Corn Funk, DC, but it could be.
Anyway, they make a bourbon, or they make a bourbon and a rye, and it's called S.E. Callahan's is the name of the whiskey, and I had it at their. They don't distill there yet, but I've had it at their place, and very seldom will I ever find a rye that I think totally trumps Lost State Distillery. That's right, DC. You've heard me talk about it. That trumps their bourbon, and that was the one that got me. So I was like, hey, before I leave, I'll buy a bottle of bourbon. But we got to taste everything, and I was like, nope, I'll just stick with the rye. So that's odd for me to do something like that. Can y'all hear me, guys?
I hear you.
You can hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you.
Scott said my mic was out. Sorry if it was, buddy.
Well, the biggest problem is Ken just needs a dram or two this morning, and that'll help him out.
Yeah, especially at work. Fired up,
well,
buddy.
He's at home, I'm sure. But yeah, I'll finish this, and I'll probably head over to my Bardstown Fusion 2 and get something that definitely has some taste. I've got that. I just haven't cracked it.
Talking. I'd like to know what you think of the 2. Is that the green label?
Yeah. Well, if I recall correctly, yes, it is. Hold on for a second here.
Sure.
Boom.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But they made another one with, I think it was a green label too. And I want to say might have been the Fusion 1. Okay. Yeah, there's one of them they have 2 green labels on, and I can't remember what it is. But this thing here, you can tell where it is,
right,
is delicious. This thing here is a definite do-over. And I have a backup for it. So,
yeah, DC, you're right. I had them flipped. Tennessee Hills is that one in Jonesboro. Lost State's the one in Bristol, Tennessee. Sorry, I had them flipped. Yeah, you're right. So, Mike, sound any better, guys? I've kind of adjusted a few things.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. I don't know if it's going through my headphones or the mic. I hope it's through the mic. I'm going to go back to try some of these. This Baker 7.
I don't think you have a problem with it.
I really like this. No, I love it. Single barrel 107. What else? I can't remember what all I had about it. Yeah. Claremont. I couldn't remember where in Kentucky it was. Claremont. Of course, it's a Beam product. I should know that. Oh, that's so sweet. Let me check something. Hang on. man. DC's right, man. That thing, it's one of the cool corks. I think it's a cool cork.
Well, they want to make sure you can get a hold of it, especially
That's
after
good.
the third or fourth glass.
No kidding. You can throw it at somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hear a TV too. That might be. That's awesome. The mash bill's awesome.
But yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
this
good
thing, I
stuff.
think it's going to be one of those that I'll go back to every now and then, but it's definitely not going to be
Yeah.
a do-over. I mean, I don't want to just
Yeah.
give up on it. I'm hoping it changes a bit. And I'm not saying it's better, and I'm not saying it's worse. I really don't think
I
it's
don't know if
changing.
water would hurt it. I don't know if water would
At
hurt
this
it because
point-
it's already a low proof.
It's all yeah.
It would-
90 is usually the lowest I like. Although I do have, I think I might even have an 80 proof in there. I don't know, but generally 90 is about my lowest that I can tolerate. In other words, that still has a taste to me. 100's my sweet spot, but if it's 110, 112, 116, I'm good with that too. But I prefer
yeah.
100 and then up from there. But
Is that better, guys? Can y'all hear me better now? I'm still having mic issues, apparently.
like I said, for
I
me,
don't know. Can you hear
it
me
sounds
fine?
good.
Okay. Yeah, Ben said.
And that does
I'm
happen.
going through the phone, so
And that does
Yeah,
happen,
for
like
sure.
Bender said, because I've had my settings hijacked when I plug my mic in, but these go into the mic. But again, like I said, different things cause different issues, and then at times it will hijack my settings, and it'll take me a minute to work through it all and figure out what it set back to default.
yeah, I've had trouble for a long time. This mic. I'd like to have a big one that I can attach eventually.
I got one of the Yeti Blue. That's what I use. Mike
Okay.
Stahl has one
I've
too.
lost everything now.
You have. Can you hear me, Marty? I know.
Oh, Ben said
I
I'm
think-
good now. Hold on a minute. Let me get kicked in. Good. That did it. Okay, Mike. Thanks. Good deal. Let me. I'm rebooting the headset so it doesn't tie back in, because
Yeah, you should.
guys, we've got a little time left, so come on in. I think. Let's see. Yeah, if y'all want to join in, no doubt.
I think Livewire is coming on. I just got the notification.
Okay.
Not right now. I think they got about 30 minutes, give or
Yeah,
take.
he's going on at 10 Eastern. I told him to jump
Yeah.
on here.
I know
He's
they were
still doing
flooding.
Mother's Day stuff.
Oh, that's wonderful. I called my mother.
I did too. And like I said, our daughter graduated, so my mom and dad live about 50 minutes from here, and I couldn't get up there, unfortunately, in time. But I saw her yesterday, so
Well,
That's
I just
okay.
can't drive to my mother's. She's in Pittsburgh.
oh, okay, yeah, it's a
It's a
haul.
little far from Vegas. But I gave her a call. My grandmother, she's going to be 96 in October. Talked to her.
God bless her. That's awesome.
Yeah, still kicking. She might tell you the same thing 5 times like it was yesterday, but It's all right. She's still going.
That's awesome, man. I just, yeah, it's. I don't need to tell you. You know how special it is to still have her. You know,
Oh yeah.
so that's awesome.
Yep.
Cheers to your
Yep.
mother and your grandmother. That's awesome.
Well, everybody's on here has had a mother.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. James, is that better now? I think it is from what we gather.
See, you sound good, Marty, to me.
Okay,
I don't know what it's
yeah,
sounding like.
that's the thing with Bluetooth headphones, and it has a mic. You got to make sure every time you reset it, the mic is turned off.
And I will
So
say,
because
you're
if you-
right.
Yeah,
Because when you were fiddling with it, sometimes you just all of a sudden went loud and you can hear the pop.
yeah. Is there a TV on behind you? I think that's the secondary noise I'm picking up. I hear something.
Could be over in the next room. Yeah.
Okay.
But see, I don't hear it through here. You guys may do it, but I don't hear it. But it's amazing what these microphones will pick up.
Oh, I know it. I know it. How is your availability in Vegas for the Knob Creek 12 and the Knob Creek 9-year single barrel?
I haven't
Do you
seen
ever check
any
for
of
it,
the
or-
12. I haven't seen any of the 12. The 9-year single barrel, it flies off the shelf the minute they open the case of it. I picked up a little bit ago.
Yeah.
I picked this up at a. Oh, I need a bigger shelf. But I picked this up a few weeks ago. So it's Knob Creek.
Awesome. Sure. Store pick.
Yep.
Whiskey liquors. 120 proof.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
This, I got to try it at the store. The reason why I haven't cracked it open is I just got so much stuff open.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna.
Sure.
It was really good, and I think it was $54. I was like, I got to get that, especially at 120 proof. That's my bailiwick. The 100, 116, 120. Yeah, that's my bailiwick. I like that.
No, I like it too, man. I've got a couple other store picks and stuff with Knob Creek, and I don't know. I keep going back to it. I wasn't crazy about it 2 years ago, and now as time's gone on, like I said, I've started to love that peanut flavor and everything. And then I started getting into those bigger gears and the single barrels and the store picks and stuff. And it's really started to hit me really hard. And I love it. I mean, they're holding me in a town here about 45 minutes from here. They got one bottle in for the 9-year single barrel, and I need another one. So they're holding it for me till I can get over there. So that'll be awesome to get another one.
Yeah. Like I said, it's really, I was there last week to look at something for Mr. Whiskey Shits, and they didn't have any more because I asked. I know one of the clerks there real good, and he says, no, the day you were in, it probably was just a few days later, they sold out of all that they had, their store pick. They said it just turned out to be a real hitter.
Yeah, I know some stores that won't touch anything but the regular 9-year, and they'll get a 12-year here and there or a 15-year, but they won't touch the single barrel 9. I don't know.
I don't know why.
This flavor.
I don't know why.
Flavor, you got to get it. I don't either. Flavors.
Pretty much all the Knob Creeks are always consistently good. I mean, the single barrels can be a little left or a little right from time to time, depending upon that.
Right.
But that's
Right.
the nature of the beast. It's a single barrel. But
Sure.
Every time I've had one, it's always delicious. except for this.
It's hard to beat, man. I hear you. I don't know. It's really hard to beat.
You know, if it wasn't for that funk being young, it doesn't have definitely it has a short finish, but it's sweet. It has a creamy texture to it. It for 93 proof, it even has a bit of that hug going down. But I just don't like that funk that's there because it just not enough time in the barrel. Not enough time in the barrel. You know, the nose really isn't much on them either. But it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. There's nothing you can do about it.
You do, but you want to go back to the distillery and ask who pulled the samples. It's like, okay, I understand. I get it, guys. You got to make a profit. You can't sit on this stuff for 23 years. I understand that. But, you know, you've got to do something. You got to, if you're going to put out a product that it's just not good right now, try a different finish. You know, try a rum cask finish, try the Solera barrel finish, try a tequila barrel finish, all these different finishes. Try that to get maybe that profit going with a few barrels. But don't push what you're hoping that'll put you in the game early. That to me is just like, why do it? I don't know. There's a whole lot there that I may not understand. But for
exactly.
Me, if
you're like
putting
me.
Bad stuff out, I don't want you to, you know.
Yeah. And like you said, I got that they got to make a buck.
Yeah.
They got to make a buck. I'm all for it. But there comes a time where you can't put the cart before the horse.
No.
And I think they got excited on this and said, well, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. Well, it isn't bad, but it's not good. It's not going to make me want to go get that second bottle and back this up. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen.
You know, I'm going to reach back out to. There's a couple of distilleries here we were talking about earlier with DC. Excuse me, Lost State and Hellfire. Lost State's the one I'm really going to, reach out to, and I want to do a live stream with them and do a tasting. Me and Jenny with their stuff because we've been there and done a tasting, but I want to do it with the actual distiller there and tell him what we get and what we're tasting, what we're noting, everything like that, and just see how he agrees or disagrees with us. Because I think that'd be interesting, you know. He doesn't pay my bills.
No,
I buy his stuff. So if I tell him I don't think something's good, I'm going to tell him. So that's something I just want to do, you know. Thank you, DC. But yeah, I can go to Knob Creek 9, single barrel, Knob Creek 12 every day. Do you drink much Old Scout?
You know, I haven't. I've tried it and I missed out on another store pick. I know Adam has it, Mr. Whiskey Shits, and he said it was good from this one liquor store that we have here called Liquor Lineup, and he liked it. And I have tried it there, and it was good. I just never picked it up, but I'm hearing Old Scott, like Old Ambler and stuff like that. It's some good stuff.
It really is. For the money, you're not going to beat it. Jenny really likes it, and she's got her separate bar, and I've got mine, and she's got two bottles. She's got the Sweet Ambler and the Old Scout 107, and she loves them. And yeah, so I think, you know, when we do these 5 bourbons that everybody needs to have on their shelf, or we do these 5 bourbons to where if you're starting your collection, that is so hard to do, because I like thinking you could do a 10, 15 bottle collection under $40 both of those bottles are in it all day.
Hmm.
Those Old Scouts are hard to beat, you know.
There's some good bourbons for the $50 price point or less. Let's just even say 60. Um, that you're right. You can get some
Yeah,
very drinkable uh, bourbons for that price out there. I picked
I
up
agree.
a.
It's just
I
you
picked up
gotta
a.
try.
Yeah, I've never been a huge Jim Beam fan in general. However, I do like Old Tub, and so I. It's been a few
Okay.
months back, but I picked up a single barrel, and it happened to be a store pick from Total
Okay.
Wine, and it's 95 proof.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and I will tell you what,
That's pretty.
it's not a bad sipper. It is
Wow.
not. I bought two of them. Um, I gave that one to my dad, and I was drinking it again this weekend past, and it's a good sipper. And I had some yesterday afternoon while we were sitting out just shooting the breeze, he and I. And I tell you what, if I'd have known how good it was, I bought myself one, I bought him one. I'd have went back and picked up the other ones because they mismarked it. They were selling them for 34 or 38. And when I rang up the first one, it came back 24.99. And I paid for it and I stood there for a second and I said, well, it's got to be right. She didn't say anything. So I went home and told my dad, and he said he wanted one. So I went back, bought
Yeah.
another one for the same price. So for $25, uh, Jim Beam single barrel, store pick, 95 proof. And I was like, well, that's good. Now, knowing what I know, I should have bought the last one. I think there was three there, or maybe four total, but it turned out not to be a bad drinker at all.
Yeah, the
At
Old Tub.
all.
I went. Yeah, I gave 5 bottles at Christmas to people because they'd all turned away and frowned on it because of the 19.99 price and everything. And I'm like, guys, this notes, these flavors are unique to what it is, and it's actually got a good story with it. So
Yeah,
I was like, I like it. I do. I did. I
it's
like the
fine.
95.
It's 100 proof, bottled bond, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't grabbed the bottle, but yeah, made by Jim Beam. And at one time, you could only buy it at their distillery. It wasn't on the
Oh wow.
shelves. Yeah, so that's where you had to go get it.
Huh.
So it was never on the shelves. And I forget who told me that story. I might have
Okay.
been at Total Wine, and they gave me a little of the backstory on it. But yeah, it was always in their store at the distillery. So it wasn't until a few years ago.
Right.
When I say a few years, it could have been five. I don't know. But they released it
Yeah. No, I got
on the
you.
shelves. And I think here in Vegas, it's about
Yeah.
23.99, 24.99. It's still cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just a difference in shipping. That's all that
Yeah,
is.
that's got a long way to go.
But yeah, it's awesome. It's for yeah, but you know what you'll find, and it's just like any other thing we drink and we talk about. We'll find people that absolutely adore it, and then we'll find people that think it's a bottled
Well,
cat piss or something. It's just
exactly.
it's everybody's choice, and that's what's awesome. That's why we're
And that's
here.
fine. That's
That's
fine.
why we're here. It's awesome.
You know,
Yeah,
you
I agree.
you
You know,
might enjoy that 1776 behind you, you know, and you
yes,
think, man, I could
yeah,
grab that and I could drink that six ways from Sunday. Me, I tell you, I can have about one
yeah,
drink of that a month and you can keep the rest, but that's just how
yeah,
people
sure.
are. Like I've got the old elk. I haven't cracked it
And
yet,
one,
and I'm looking to open that
I
up
see
here.
up top. Yeah,
Yes, that's what brought it to my mind is when I looked up and I saw your old elk up there. Yeah. Next to your smoke wagon
yeah.
there.
I've got yeah, I've got a in the box right above the center of my head. There's an old Elks Batch One sour mash. I'm waiting to bust it open. Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Hey Tim, thanks for coming on, buddy. Yeah, Greg Metz in Colorado is doing great stuff with his barrel picks from MGP for that old elk. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
That's it, man.
Sour
Right there.
mash.
That's it. Batch one.
It's batch one. I haven't opened it yet either. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I know. I want to get one more if I can, and I can. I just haven't pulled the
Oh.
$95 trigger on it.
I was gonna say it's like 98 or 99 here.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Stahl, you're welcome to join in for 15 minutes before we go to your page if you want, buddy. But yeah, I love old elk. There's nothing I've had that I've got 2 different store picks. I've got the weeded store pick from B&B that I'm big fan of that store. Hellfire DC. That's a I wonder how many people would notice that but me and you and who's watching. That's a pretty badass idea, really. I like that.
I've been saving some of the stoppers because you never know where you're going to bust a cork or one just doesn't fit no matter what. And I don't know why they do that. Some fit perfect. Others seem to loosen up over time no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I keep a couple around. I don't care if it's real cork or synthetic cork. I know that there's some purists that believe, oh, it's got to be cork, can't be synthetic. I'm not a connoisseur. I'm more of a common sore. So I don't know if it affects the taste or anything else or not. I just need it to have a good seal. So.
Yeah. Hey, Sherry, thanks for coming on. No, I'll have people tell me they can taste the plastic in the synthetics, and I'm like, okay.
Well, good for you.
You're getting, I guess, a good example here. You're getting the aroma from the cork because when the bottle's full, the juice isn't touching it anyway. And I know it's doing this and all that, but I have a hard time with that. I don't know.
Hey,
but,
I don't doubt it. They may, I don't know. But like I said,
yeah,
I don't give a shit as long as the cork don't leak.
I agree.
That's the bottom line, And like I said, now I'm saving them.
Yeah.
And so when I get that one.
Yeah. Protect the juice. Bottom line. Like you said, I don't want any air in. I don't want anything out.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was not an error, James. You're welcome to post what you need for anybody's page. So that's why I did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shame that I don't think that funk is ever going to go away on this, but it's really not bad tasting. It's not. But for me,
I'm just trying to make something with the notes you've told me that to blend with it. I mean, I think if I was you, I'd just let it sit a little bit, because you're getting a little bit down in the bottle. I don't
exactly.
know.
I'm past the shoulders some more now. Every couple of weeks, I'll go back to it and pour a little drop, just like I did because you made me think about it when you're talking about the Yellowstone. You all right?
Yeah, I've got somebody lurking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just messing with Kira. Thanks for coming on, Kira. Happy Mother's Day, sweetheart, to you and your mama. But yeah, it's something. I don't. You may go to something in the next few months or next few weeks, and you nose it and taste it. Like I know the smell. I know this. It'll hit you, and you'll go back to that bottle and be like, "That's it." And of course, the tasting notes will be completely different. But then that's when you might want to do a splash and splash. I've done that before. That Bib and Tucker that Jenny has. I've gone back to it a couple times. Like, I know the smell. I know this note. And I'm going to try it with something else.
It's Dickel. That's the smell.
Okay.
Bib and Tucker's Tennessee, and I do believe that's a Dickel juice.
Yeah, Bib and Tucker. I did not like it in our first review, but I went back to it 3 or 4 weeks later, and I so changed my note process on it that I actually said I'd buy it again. So that was one of those deals. I was like, God,
You ought to,
I can't, you know,
maybe if you add some Fireball to it.
uh, yeah.
Yeah, there's some
That'd be
people that are real
something.
partial to that.
Yeah, well, hey, you know, it may work and it may not, but hey, you never know. If that's one way to kill a shelf turd bottle, no offense, Kira, that's what you got to do, you know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I love it. That's why we do it, man. I love. I had like me and Bobby the other night, like I told you before, on Bourbon Battalion. Hell, we talked till 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning here, and all we talked about was blending and cigar blends and stuff. And just next thing you know, you're on here for 7 hours, and that to me is for somebody as ADD as I am, that's a big deal. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big deal. So I love it. I love anybody throws any comments up and wants to talk about this bottle or this bottle. Hey, I will learn something every time I do a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's
Oh
what
yeah.
this is about. Yeah,
Somebody
no
knows
doubt, man.
something. Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Anyway.
But
Well,
I got to figure out. I've been to Baker's. I need to I need to kick the proof up a little bit. I think I think I know what I'm gonna do.
thought maybe you're going for your Weller's 107 or maybe your rare breed. Are you getting into the cabinet?
I am into the cabinet.
That's what it sounded like. You're in the cabinet. Oh, see, I don't have any of that. Can't find that. Yes. Yes, 130. Yes. I can't
Yeah, I
find
really
Stag.
make everybody mad.
Yeah. Did you find that in like,
This is
CVS or anything?
no, I'll trade for it. I'll get a couple bottles during the season when they come out. But other than that, I don't have much. I've got 4 bottles, and I know that's 4 more than most, but I've had up to 7. But yeah, I know it's ridiculous. But there's other things everybody else can get that I can't.
Yeah.
But I always and actually in the winter when this hit after the big Weller, Elmer, all the big chase in December, first or second week of January, the Stag Junior came out, and Thomas at B&B says, "Marty, I got Stag Junior in today." I said, "Nah, I don't want it." So I actually turned some down. So I should have
Hmm.
more than this. That was the dumbest thing. One of the top 5 dumbest things I've ever done in whiskey. I mean, that's just stupid.
Yeah, but you get to the point where you go, I got 4, I got 5, let somebody else have it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I told him. I said, "Thomas, I'm good." But then Jenny, when she tasted it, fell in love with it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I should have got some more."
Well, they
But
were selling bottles at Elmer T. Lee here, and I missed it, but they wanted like $100 a bottle for it, and I just shook my head and I go, "You
for
got to be
Elmer,
kidding, Elmer."
I'd give you 150 all day.
Yeah, well, you just had to be there, and I wasn't. But like I said, when they get a case, maybe 2,
Yeah,
and as soon as they put it out, I mean, anybody that knows, they're on it like a fly on a fresh pile of dung.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's my dad's all-time favorite, and anytime I can buy it, I mean, you think about it. If I'm going to pay 130, 128 for Bardstown,
Mm-hmm.
and then would I throw in an extra $20 to get my dad his all-time favorite whiskey? Absolutely. So that's
Oh
why I
yeah.
throw that 150
I
out
saw
there.
the
I'll pay 150 all day.
Prisoner, Bardstown Prisoner, the other day. Had about a half dozen of them on the shelf, but they went 160, and I was like, "Wow,
That's a lot.
And then Discovery 4 was 160. And I'm like, you can get it from Bardstown for, let's just say 140. But by the time you ship it, yeah. So when I go to some of these stores, that's what I keep in my head. What's MSRP? What can I buy it for? And what will it cost to get it? All right, it's here. So technically I would pay the 160 if I got it from them and had them ship it. So I just figure, well,
right,
if I want it there, but I just think it's getting high, especially on the Prisoner. But I don't know which one if this is the latest one. I would imagine so, because I never saw the other one. I mean, I heard about it and it just never was around, but I've seen at least 8 bottles in the last 10 days and had it in my hand.
Yeah. It's all about, and the thing too, and what really, I told Thomas at B&B this, what really upsets me is when you do have a package store or a provider that does take care of you. I told them, I said, what really just chaps my rear end is this allocated stuff, all the stuff we want is at Christmas when nobody has any extra money or the common folk have no extra money for a $300 or $500 bottle of whiskey. Why can't this hit in June or July? There's a reason that I don't know. There's a distillery reason that this happens, but all the other allocated stuff that I really like, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, the Toasted Barrel, the Knob Creek 12s, the 15s, all this other stuff, Weller will still be coming out throughout the year. So that's where I kind of like, okay, I don't understand the distributors' plan for this, and that's hard.
I see Tim was talking about the Piper. I actually have a bottle of that. I just didn't know when it first started. I picked it up I'm going to say a month and a half ago. I just happened to walk in and I was like, that can't be, and you look at it and I go, I don't even want to know the price. I just want it. And you set it on the counter.
Yeah, I know. I do that a lot.
But I just knew I wanted it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When Jenny redid the background behind me, there's 3 shelves there. We used to have a big cabinet over here. There's 3 shelves now, and every row has 3 bottles deep.
You showed me that one time. You took the phone over. And
That's right. I did show you. Mm-hmm. So they're not all Old Elk. They're not all Maker's Mark. They're all mixed up, which I like because when I get up to try to find something, I can appreciate everything else. And when I think, I haven't tried this, let me grab this one. That's just, so when you're talking about, buying a bottle, I've got to pull the trigger sometimes because I know I've got to have it. But here lately, I'm really trying to reel myself in because I don't want to exceed my room again.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of stuff here.
Well, I picked up 2 McKenna's a while ago, but they were under $50. So generally it's around a $30 bottle, McKenna 10. But here, if we can get it between 40 and 50, that's a good price. So I found it and I picked up 2 of them. I'm going to say it was just after Christmas. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and I picked up 2 of those. I haven't cracked either one of them yet.
I was in we were in Johnson City, Tennessee yesterday, and there's a good store. Those guys take real good care of me there. And I was in there, and they had a case and a half of McKenna right there at the counter. And I was like, how much? He goes, 52. And I was like, I've got a bottle open. So I kind of passed on it. You see what I'm saying? Normally, 99% of the time, I'd have jumped on it.
And if it was something that made your socks fly off your feet, and he's like, oh, yeah, give me a bottle. I need another one of those to put behind this one. Exactly. But with that being that they're single barrel, each batch can be different. You know, you get, let's say, batch 3 from 2020, and it's like, oh my God, it's great. So now you get batch 4 or 5, same year, but the notes are just totally off from what you thought it was going to be. So, and I just talked to somebody about that, and they said they love McKenna. They went out and bought another one, and they said it was terrible in their opinion compared to the one they had before. But that's a single barrel.
Really?
Yep, terrible. That's their exact words were terrible. I'm trying to remember who the heck said that. But anyway, because I said the same thing. Well, I haven't even cracked mine yet, but they're the same batch. I said, my luck, it'd be a terrible batch, and then I got 2 of them. Because if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have luck at all.
We need to plan a night. Yeah, me either. That's but that's okay. I'm still here to talk about bad luck. That's what I told somebody at work. So, and another thing I said, they were talking, they were kind of venting to me, one of the guys that works for me, and I said, I tell you what, man. I said, just remember this. If you never have anything good to say about anybody, come sit beside me. So, so they kind of got a kick out of that. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I always tell people.
That's right. So, you got to keep the party going. But, hey, let's plan. Email me when we get off here if you have time, whiskeynose21@gmail.com. Let's plan us a night when we can do a live feed with that batch 1. If you'll open it, I'll open mine. Let's do that.
Exactly. All right. I can do that. I'll do it on a Friday or something like that, or it don't even have to be. It could be a Monday or Tuesday, because Fridays are busy and Saturdays are busy between ADHD or hot buttery rolls,
Yeah.
Mondays, Tuesdays, something like that.
That's why I shoot for Thursdays, because nobody really has anything planned on Thursdays. So I've kind of done Thursdays, and it's worked out pretty well. But I've been doing a lot of stuff with Whiskey Shits and Livewire, and so we'll see what happens. And
I'm down with it.
Okay, that's what we'll do, guys. Thank you all for coming on. I'm going to jump over to Livewire Whiskey. If you haven't yet, hit like and subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't. We're on Patreon. I don't push it, but anyway, join up if you can. We got a lot of great stuff coming. So, guys, thank you all.
Thank you, Marty.
I'm going to head over to Livewire. All right. Thank you for coming on, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Cheers, and have a great week, guys. Thank you.